Shalom Aleichem. Live at the Grapevine. This is the Kosher Spirit Review. Mayur, how do I pronounce your last name?
Subarau.
Subarau. Mayur is, by the way, we're doing the Spirits Review today, sometimes do the Wine Review. And today we've got a little bit of an eclectic turn, going to the more roots of the spirit world, the more raw and unrefined in its perfection, because a lot of people try to overdo things. So introduce us, because we're going to get some heavier from here. Please introduce us to what the number 2 is.
Okay, so number 2 is a Resposado tequila from Uno Dos Tres, or 123 Tequila, made by master distiller David Ravandi. This is a 100% organic, sustainable, beautiful estate-grown tequila that really will revolutionize the way that you think of agave. This is pure agave character, done according to hundreds-year-old traditional methods, all natural fermentation, cooked in a stone oven, and alembic distilled.
Is that this one you poured for us already?
Yes.
Okay. So, one thing that people will notice is that this has got a little bit of color versus its unaged brother or sister, however you want to call it. And the color is coming from the barrels. And as I sniff this, give you a little thought on what that is doing by sitting in the barrels with this particular style versus a bourbon or scotch, because of the character of this in its tropical zone. If you could just give us a little thought on...
So basically what's happening here is that unusually the distiller uses new oak barrels, doesn't reuse. Most tequilas use a used bourbon barrel. So here what's happening is that because of that, he's able to use a very light toast on the barrel. So you don't get as much wood extraction as you would if you were doing a heavy bourbon char. Yet at the same time...
Meanwhile, the vanilla's coming through.
Exactly.
You get the vanilla.
Because of the temperature,
it's cleaner, though.
You get big vanilla and salted caramel notes coming through a lot faster than you would in a more northerly climate.
The saltiness is kind of like, if anyone has smelled a scotch from like Old Pulteney or way off on the side of Islay, you get this briny saltiness to it, like on a coastal vibe, but this is what is coming out from the earth in this particular style of lily, like cactus. Yeah, there's definitely some herbs, and almost, I like to compare an aloe plant, because people are more familiar with aloe than they are with the agave plant. And if you were to carve across the skin of an aloe plant, you kind of get that vibe going on here. There's this oiliness to it. And definitely some little like white pepper action going on, and l'chaim, and you're gonna have to have a sip with me on the next video.
No worries.
And I already said a bracha thing. Ooh. Okay, that's different. Used barrel tequila. One is going to get wow, oh wow. Okay. Totally different from any other Resposado tequila I've ever had. Shalom Aleichem, please come in past the camera. Good to see you. Wow. Like a dark roasted nut action in the middle of the palate.
Absolutely.
Creamy. Definitely got some spice going on from the tequila, but there's no attack. It's with you. It's very present, but it's not overwhelming. And on the finish, it's not going grapefruit, but almost has this little acidic little snappiness to it that's kind of fun. If you'd like to give any closure thoughts on this particular tequila,
I would say what's
wow.
interesting is that it finishes, because of the acidity, it finishes with a beautifully delicate kind
softer,
of end. It's
kinder.
very soft, exactly.
A lot of tequila is a little too ripping on the finish.
Yep.
And you need to mix them down.
Absolutely. This is just encouraging you to take another sip once you're finished.
Organic tequila. Number 2 from the 123 Uno Dos Tres. I'm Yehoshua Werth with Mayur. Live at the Grapevine, the Kosher Spirit Review.
Here we go.